What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka All Fires. Now, unfairly or fairly, the #1 story leading up to the first Marvel drop this year in Captain America Brave New World were the reshoots, because of how extensive they were rumored to be, how expensive they were rumored to be, and because they ran right up until the movie dropped. And I think it's pretty clear after we all watched the movie, there was some pretty intensive surgery done to almost all 3 acts of the film. Regardless, we haven't heard the same sort of thing leading up to Thunderbolts or the Fantastic Four until a day ago, when it broke that there are reshoots happening for the film. But much unlike what happened with Captain America Brave New World, what the industry insiders are saying about these reshoots are completely different. We're going to break that down, as well as speculate about the real possibility of how and why this might be to establish a better connection to Avengers Doomsday. We'll explain that as well. We're breaking it all down, the reshoots for Fantastic Four. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button, guys. Again, thank you to everyone who's been subscribing. We've been growing again at a breakneck pace. I suspect it has something to do with the hype for Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. That being said, if you haven't already, I kindly invite you to do so. #1 thing you can do to support us here at the channel, and of course, it enters you for the giveaway. Stick around at the end of the video. We'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Okay, so breaking in the last 48 hours, it's now being reported that the Fantastic Four is currently undergoing reshoots. Now, if you're worried that this might somehow delay the film, or it's anything like what happened with Captain America Brave New World, it's neither on either accounts. Also, I remind you, this is extremely commonplace in Hollywood studios, let alone Marvel studios, to do some sort of reshoots for the film and leading right up until when they drop it, especially if it's not CGI intensive, where you don't have to have that sort of backlog of artist work after it's done. Sometimes they want to change a line or two, or just slightly alter a scene so that it better hits in the movie, or it better connects to things to come. We'll get to that in a second. However, we have some context for exactly what's going on with these reshoots. According to Alex Perez, again over at the Cosmic Circus, he indicated that the reshoots for this film are actually just minor scenes, some with actual stunt doubles, and what he calls might be glorified pickups, like the lightest of reshoots. And in that respect, you can see that these aren't aimed at changing any major components of the film, or the plot, or the narrative, any of that stuff. That's all remaining intact. These are very small details they probably want to tweak and know that they still have enough time to do so, especially if they're not CGI intensive. Now, what's interesting is the timing of these tweaks in regards to where they may be at with beginning to film on Avengers Doomsday, which I think becomes totally fair to speculate that what they might be doing the tweaks for is either the post-credit scene and or some of the lines of film that actually help connect to Avengers Doomsday, because they've made it to a checkpoint in the script where those details are set. Now they can sort of work backwards and create the connective tissue in a meaningful way. And since again, there's still months between now and when the Fantastic Four actually drops in theaters, if you know you have enough clear runway to make a better connection or make a line hit a little bit differently, there's no reason you shouldn't. And of course, I'm sure Matt Shakman, Kevin Feige, and the Russos, plus a couple of the writers, all have been in close contact with each other, waiting for some of these details to get basically locked in and drop. And I think as we're sort of searching for maybe any evidence of this, I think it's a great time to refer to that quote from Matt Shakman last year when the Robert Downey Jr. announcement stuff was going out and it was super fresh. He mentioned that he had known for over a year, and I speculated that in a world where they don't share details with anybody about anything past a who needs to know basis, there's probably a real likelihood they're going to connect in some way. Then you add up the fact that Captain America Brave New World barely mentioned it until the post-credit scene, and only barely at that, and that there's probably a chance Thunderbolts won't acknowledge Doomsday in any way. Regardless of what the rumors say, that movie has enough ahead of it. And yes, Sentry will be absolutely critical to defeating Dr. Doom down the road, so it's going to be a stepping stone in that regard, but I doubt it will have anything to do with Doom, again, past the post-credit scene. So really, your last chance to do that, and before Doomsday comes out, is in the Fantastic Four. So for a film that already has to focus on Silver Surfer and Galactus and whatever the heck is going on with Reed Richards and being able to travel the multiverse, especially connecting to the 616, they've got to use at least some of the real estate in that film to develop Dr. Doom in some way, unless they plan on not revealing him at all until we get to Avengers Doomsday, which is possible, but then he'll have even less setup than Thanos had during the Infinity Saga, and it's just, I don't know, very hard for me to believe Marvel Studios wouldn't use one of these movies, including the Fantastic Four, his arch nemesis and Reed Richards, to do just a little bit of setup. So yeah, I think considering how much of the script was still uncertain months ago or even years ago when they were working on the Fantastic Four script, and then a year ago when they were shooting the film, I think considering they weren't probably where they are now with Doomsday, it's at least fair to speculate that some of these reshoots, some of these pickups could be for that connection to make it make more sense now that they know exactly what they're doing with the script in Doomsday, and then beyond that, Avengers Secret Wars, especially since they want all this to connect in a meaningful way. And what better way to do that if you can actually start seeding the Secret Wars Easter eggs now, almost 2 years before it comes out, because that would be even more meaningful for these films in the rearview mirror. But you guys let me know all your thoughts down below about the reshoots in general, how hype you are for Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four, and again, if the normal smear campaign should go out as it feels like it's done for every Marvel movie, going all the way back to the Marvels, that about 2 weeks before a Marvel movie drops, there's at least one Hollywood trade drumming up some real negative stuff for Marvel and trying to basically sour the whole fandom. Don't buy into that stuff. Everybody's trying to literally spin everything when it comes to superhero genres in general. I literally think I saw somewhere try to spin this that it might actually move the release date, which is just absolutely ludicrous. That would never happen. I mean, they should move the release date anyway, but it's too late for that. The fact that they're putting out a week after James Gunn's Superman drops is absolutely mind-blowing to me. But you guys let me know all your thoughts down below. Quickly, let's get into our giveaway stuff. Okay, so what's coming up on Wednesday after the finale for Daredevil Born Again is our usual PS5 announcement. I'm also going to add an additional PS5 and give away 2 because someone who won the last one never claimed it. Now I'm going to include his name on the announcement as well. So there will be 3 names, 2 new, plus the guy who missed it. I tried to get in touch with him. I have not been able to. If he ever comes and claims it, I will of course give him a PlayStation 2, but in the meantime, and since I never gave one away, we're going to keep up the number, keep it even at the channel, so there are 2 going out in this upcoming week for the Daredevil finale. If you want to be entered to win either of them, or for any of the other future giveaways at the channel, it's super simple to be entered to win, and all the same rules will always apply. Hit the subscribe button, then leave a comment down below, because it's truly random. The more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos, live with my voice, and a winning comment shown on screen like we will do on Wednesday. So please, be safe, be vigilant at the channel, and at really any channel. Do not fall for the whole, hey, I'm a content creator, hit me up on Telegram, hit me up on WhatsApp. It's just a ruse to try to get you to pay for shipping for a price that doesn't exist. We will never, ever charge you for shipping. Really, no content creator will. If you ever have a content creator asking you for $1, that's a huge red flag right there. So just report those comments directly to YouTube. They haven't targeted us in a while, but they were on my friend's channel for a better part of last year, and I just feel like I cannot spam this warning enough because it's still happening. But YouTube's really good about deleting them, so just make sure you report them. Okay, best way to keep up the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on. And as always, if you liked today's video, I'd appreciate it if you hit the like button. My name is Michael Roman. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at IamFires. You can find me on all platforms with original music under the name Allfires. In fact, I just dropped a brand new single on Impossible Records. Click on it down below. Thanks for supporting me. I appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.